Hey, man, I'm excited to have you here on the Intangible podcast. You know, excited to get to know your story, get excited for you to really share who you are, man. Welcome to the Intangible podcast.
I appreciate you for having me.
This intangible piece is so important nowadays because it's one of those things that you really have to focus on as a young person because there's so many distractions. And so how do you build that and how do you recognize what your intangibles are? So I'm excited to I'm excited to dive into that with you.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for having me.
Absolutely. You know, over the last couple of weeks, I've been watching the Senior Bowl and watching one of your very own shine at the Senior Bowl, Carson. You know, how does that make you feel to see an HBCU guy standing out at the Senior Bowl where everybody's talking about?
Man, he's doing a phenomenal job. He went and put on for the HBCUs out there, really for the black colleges out there. For the guys that's underdogs, I feel like every HBCU, every player that's at a HBCU is an underdog. So I feel like that was a wonderful job of him really just getting the invite there and really going to put on for the HBCU and us guys down here.
Well, man, I don't think he's an underdog anymore, man.
Nah.
He's out there. He's out there.
He's shining.
Yeah. Well, one of the reasons why I'm excited to talk to you is that, you know, we have this Mississippi thing in common. You know, I'm growing up in Mississippi, you're in Mississippi, and even we have some little coaster here that has a sip on it. So we represent real hard around here. And so, but what I want to talk to you about is, you know, how did growing up in Mississippi really shape you? And, you know, your upbringing, you know, you're the only child as you know, because as a quarterback, you are the leader. And so, you know, tell me a little bit about your upbringing.
So I was born in Meridian, Mississippi. I moved to Olive Branch, Mississippi when I was 4. I got 4 brothers, 2 sisters. I got 3 stepsisters. So
where are you in the order?
I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest?
I'm the youngest.
Wow.
So I'm the youngest. So, it was good coming up. Bringing up with a lot of family around me, a lot of support around me. I'm the first one to really just play football or anything like on a Division I level. So it was good. I feel like I got to do a good job or did a good job just showing the fam what I can do and just having that support. So I moved to Olive Branch when I was 4 years old. I started at DeSoto Central High School and middle school, 9th grade. I was playing freshman football, 10th grade, JV. I went on to Kirby High School where my Pee Wee coach was coaching that. Had Jaden Johnson in front of me, a 5-star quarterback, very good. He was committed to Louisville. So I really didn't see the field until 12th grade year. Like I said, it was really just about patience for me. Really just seeing him work, just seeing how he's developed and really seeing how he prepared to go on the college level. So it was good. Like I said, it was patience from me. I came in and pushed him every day because I wanted his spot. I wanted to start. But like I said, he was a great quarterback, a 5-star that was committed to Louisville, and he did great things for Kirby High School.
Well, to sit behind a guy for that long, you know, hearing the order rank of your home life, you had to learn some patience because I'm sure your sibling was on your head.
For sure. That was on my head for sure.
Yeah. So
really just it taught me a lot of stuff. Really just being the youngest, really a lot of patience in life, on and off the field. So really just sitting behind Jaden, it really taught me a lot of things. And patience, I feel like patience brings a lot of success when you're not forcing anything to really just happen. You just let it happen like it's supposed to happen. And I feel like God put me in a position to really let it happen just like it happened. I was the underdog, and I finally got my chance to really just put it on tape on 12th grade year. And I went to Austin Peay from that, and it went good.
It's always kind of like the oldest is like that leader.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you hear. And to hear you as the young pup of the group, and you've sitting here patiently watching, and you're learning from another quarterback, and you're pushing them every day, challenging them every day. You know, when you got your time, how did you embrace that moment when you got your shot to be the guy? Yeah,
I embraced that moment with full force. I feel like I done learned so many lessons and so much from Jaden and past quarterbacks that I was behind. I filled in just right. I knew what to do. I knew how to lead. I knew what I had to do to get to that level that I wanted to go. I know how My dad is a great leader. He led me from 5 years old to now. So I knew how to lead from him and just past quarterbacks and past coaches that I was around. So when it was my time, I knew what I had to do and I did it.
Yeah. So again, you growing up, in Mississippi, it's tough. It's a tough place to grow up in, but it's one of the best places to grow up in because it teaches you so much. And mental toughness. You seem like you had that early on, that mental toughness aspect of it. How did it? What part of Mississippi? How did that growing up in that environment shape you to become this well-rounded young man and leader to lead a group of young men at an early age?
I feel like we got a lot of underdogs in Mississippi, and it's down in the South. So it's kind of hard in the South. It's kind of hard in Mississippi. You don't see too many quarterbacks coming out of Mississippi like that. So I always told myself I was going to be one of those ones that really came out and really just did something for myself and really just made it into the professional league. So it was a great upbringing. My dad, he was always in different parts of Mississippi, so he saw it all in Mississippi. So he really just instilled into me a lot of confidence, and Mississippi itself instilled a lot of confidence into me, a lot of maturity. So it was great.
You have the aspiration to go play college ball. Were you thinking about big time SEC ball, or were you just like, hey, I just need to get to a place so I can start putting on some film so people can see what I can do?
I mean, when you start, you always want to go play big college ball, but I feel like you gotta come into be realistic. And I feel like I knew I was small, so I feel like any opportunity that I got, I was gonna make the most of it. So, when I got the first offer from Austin Peay, I knew that was kind of going to be my school that I was going to be going into after high school. So I felt like that was a good fit for me. They had just came off a ring, OVC championship ring that year. So I feel like I could go win another one for them. So when I went, it was a great choice. I won freshman of the year and sophomore All-American, so it was a great choice.
Mic drop, look at here you go.
But yeah, it was a great choice for me and the opportunity. I feel like I never had any regrets going to Austin Peay coming out of high school, because if you can make it from anywhere, as long as you did what you had to do and put it on film, you can make it from anywhere.
That's so great to hear you say it that way, because we're in this time where the transfer portal is a big thing. The whole JUCO thing that's up for debate right now. A lot of young high school athletes got to start thinking about, hey, what is the right fit for me? And it's not always the big schools.
For sure.
So just a piece of advice for young quarterbacks or young athletes in general who's now sitting in this era where you may have to make that decision. It's not always about the big school.
I would say pick the best opportunity. I know it's a lot of money laying out there and everybody wants to shoot for the money, but when we didn't have the money, you were shooting for the NFL to make the money. So I feel like you should make a good choice on where you're going, and especially if you're just going for the money, it might not go right as you pictured it in your head. I feel like you should pick the best school that is really giving you the best chance to go in and play, because that's the first thing. You have to get on the field.
Got to get them reps in.
You got to get the reps in, so you're not going anywhere and you're sitting on the sideline and you're just making money in your pocket. You will have regrets about going to that school or maybe picking that place. So really just picking the best opportunity where you going in and getting developed and really just getting some playing time instead of the money.
I mean, you just hit on a key word there, is development. You mentioned that you were a smaller quarterback. What was your development like? What was your development process to give yourself an opportunity to get to Austin Peay and then get further into your college career?
Really just coming in and really just put on weight. I mean, I listened to what they said I couldn't do. So, and I really that was my weaknesses. So you really don't need you work on your strengths, but you work on your weaknesses just a little bit more. So that's what I did. And I feel like Scotty Walden at Austin Peay put me in a great position to really develop me. Just coming, because from high school, you don't probably watch that much film as you need to, as you're going to do in college. So really just coming in and learning defenses, watching a lot of film, going out there and know what your defense is going to do and everything that your offense is doing. So I feel like that was the biggest thing for me to go in and watch film, learn defenses, learn the offense, and really Scotty developed me like that. So coming in.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's those big jumps that you make. You leave high school, you don't watch film. You leave high school, you work out, but not like college, how they work you out. And so being able to take that mindset that you've started to build and then transition that to the college space and say, hey, I don't know how to watch film. Teach me how to watch film. Yeah. And then having someone that can show you how to do it the right way. Now, it gets more and more complicated year in and year out. Did you have a process that you followed every day when you got going? Yeah. As you start to study film.
Really, I feel like it's best to watch film with coaches. You can watch film by yourself, but I feel like they have more knowledge to give you as y'all are watching film. So really just going into the office, like being the first one there, being the last one to leave, because, you're the quarterback, so you have to know what the offense is doing, what everybody is doing, the run game, pass game, everything in that facet. So I just feel like being in the room with the coach, just watching film and really just gaining knowledge from him and soaking it up as much as going home and watch film. You have to do that too, but just watching film with your coach and him giving you much knowledge on what you probably didn't know was better for me.
Yeah, so you had a good process. Yeah. Now, did that start at Austin Peay, or and then how does that? You get to TSU and you have a legend, Eddie George, who's a phenomenal leader. Yeah. What was the process coming over from Austin Peay to get to TSU for you?
The process was great. I feel like I had a great opportunity with Eddie George as my head coach. Everybody knows Eddie George, great leader. Probably one of the best leaders I done been around. He taught me a lot of stuff as in leader on and off the field. So it was a great process coming on over to TSU. A lot of challenges, I would say, coming from Austin Peay to TSU, but I kind of knew that, but really just the challenges and obstacles that I faced really just bred me into who I am today. So it was good. It was good. Coach George helped me in a lot of ways. Like I said, I had a lot of challenges, but I feel like those were lessons that I needed to go through to get where I am today. So
give me one of those challenges you had early on.
Really just not going to get distracted. So you got girls, you got parties, you got everything that's on campus, stuff like that. So really just being a leader, you can't go everywhere that everybody is going. You have to say no. You have to go in and really just be that guy that says no, like nobody's going to a party, or we don't need to go to a party to have a successful season and stuff like that. We can't be in the same area as regular students. So really just that kind of challenge. I came in, probably got distracted. My head was everywhere else. And I can say that because I'm done now, but really just head was everywhere else, and just got my head in the right space to really go out there and know that we need to win. We need to succeed, and I can't be out in parties, or I can't be out on campus long, you feel me, to win and succeed. So that was one of the biggest challenges for me.
That's college. That's college experience, and that's part of learning, but also to have the foresight to be able to recognize that, man, all right, got this out of the way. I need to now really lock in. I got to lock in, and this is what my job is now. And
that's
so
a bigger purpose.
That's maturity.
Yes, sir.
You're showing that maturity. And so, again, you have a legend like Eddie George that you watch it from, and then sounds like from your upbringing, and then your coaches at Austin Peay and your coach at Kirby, that you had the foundation to be able to get back on track. And so kudos to you for getting back on track. Now, as you start to think about that, that probably started to create some really good moments for you. Tell me about some of the memorable moments that you've had in your career at TSU.
The most memorable moment was the winning the OVC championship. It was exciting. It hasn't been done in 13 years. We made it to the playoffs and all that good stuff. But winning the OVC championship for my brother, my former center, always in my heart, C. Page. We did it for him. That was the plan the whole season, to really just do it for him, and the brotherhood that was made from that incident that happened when he passed was legendary, I would say, because everybody came together and we had one purpose. It wasn't let's go to the playoffs, let's win a ring. It was really, the mindset was do it for C. Page, and it wasn't just a main goal what we were going to do. It was do it for him, and we went by that motto kind of every game, and that just led us to success. There was a lot of motivation coming from him. I know he was shining down on us, so it was a lot of motivation for us and for me, because he was my center for the past 2 years. So I know I had to do it for him.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes,
that's heavy. That's heavy stuff. And I know that having that kind of pressure going through the season, how did you manage that pressure going through the season, that you knew you wanted to do it for him, this is what you wanted to get done, and also knowing that everyone's looking at you, and as a leader, how did you balance that throughout the year?
So when that incident happened in the off season, he has a brother, and his brother showed really a lot of heart. Sometimes you see a brother will probably go through it for a couple of days, or for a while. But his brother was kind of strong for us, and I felt the sadness in my heart, because like I said, that was my friend, that was my teammate, my former center. So it was really a hurt to the whole team. But really just seeing how much faith he had, and really the desire to be strong and show everybody that he's strong, really just, that instilled a lot of strength into me, and to bring everybody together like he did. I wanted to do that also. So really just motivating everybody and letting everybody know this is about a bigger purpose. We're just not doing this for us, the name on our back. We're doing this for him, because he did a lot for the program, a lot of great stuff. So it was a bigger purpose that we were doing it for. So we needed to do it, want to.
Well, you have a championship. You're doing it for the right reasons. The love of game, but also representing for your teammate. And on your way to doing all that, you're climbing the record books. Tell me some lessons that you've learned throughout this process. Because it seemed like there's a lot of learning things that have come along in your path that you had to really.
So when I first got to TSU, I didn't have the first 2 seasons that I was at TSU. I didn't have the seasons that I had at Austin Peay, breaking records and stuff like that. I feel like that kind of brought me back to reality. I feel like I had a big head coming from Austin Peay, just knowing what I did. Coming to TSU, I'm thinking everything's going to go well and everything like that. But I feel like God has a plan for you, and I feel like he showed me really to be level-headed and really just bring that humble factor with you. So for those 2 years that I wasn't doing what I needed to do, that I thought I was going to do, it showed me that probably you need to go back and get some more work. Just come back to him. I feel like come back to him and really just see what plan he has for you. Because sometimes you might lose him, lose God in that process of you're doing good, everything is going good, and you probably don't talk to God as much as you would if something's going bad. So really just bringing it back to God, because it wouldn't be possible without him. So really just having those 2 seasons really just taught me about being humble, and really just going back to the work and just really to follow the plan, because I feel like I got off the plan just a little bit that my dad instilled in me, that God instilled in me. So I really feel like I fell off that, but I got back on track, and I had a great last season. Really just going back to him and thanking him, and because like I said, it wouldn't be Right.
He has a way of humbling you, doesn't he?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's good. You went back and figured
sure.
it out.
Yeah.
So now as you start to really look forward and coming off a really good year, you're starting to get prepped for the NFL, man. Yeah. Exciting times for you.
Yes, sir.
What's your preparation looking like right now?
So basically, I'm training with X3 down here in Nashville with X3 with Coop, Big Coop. Shout out to Coop. So really just getting bigger. I would say the first thing, just gaining a little more weight, getting a technique down of the quarterback. So really just getting that technique down. Just working on my weaknesses just a little bit, working on my strengths, getting in the weight room, getting that 40 time down, 5, 10, 5, and getting ready for that combine kind of aspect. So, and really just going down to HBCU combine that's 15th through the 17th down in New Orleans, and then the All-Star game, really just putting on for the HBCU guys, putting on for myself, putting on for my family. So the preparation has been good so far.
What's your mental preparation? They're going to bring you down. They may have you on the board, different things like that. How are you preparing for those things?
The knowledge that I've gained throughout the years of high school and college, just letting that be me. I know what I need to do. I know a lot of stuff that came from football on and off the field. So the mental aspect is really just motivating myself. I feel like I started this year with a little more motivational stuff in the morning times and the afternoon. So I feel like I read a lot of motivational stuff to keep my mental good. And like I said, the life lessons and the lessons on and off the field that I went through college really just molded me to who I am now. So my mental is a good space right now.
Yeah. If you had to pick a quarterback right now in the NFL that you model your game out there, who would that quarterback be?
Patrick Mahomes.
Tell me why.
I feel like he has the ability to lead his team without the superstars they say the other teams have. They have superstars, but I feel like he brings that energy, and everybody knows he's the guy to if he's going to play good, they're going to play good. So really just his arm mechanics, he can run and throw, but it's really just his leadership skills that I look into just a little bit more than the on the field stuff, because like I said, he's in the GOAT conversation. I want to be a GOAT. He done won some championships, but really just him being the underdog too, coming from Texas Tech. He wasn't really just a highly drafted a guy. He came in and worked and really just got to this spot that he's at now. So I want to kind of mimic my game after him, really being the underdog, because I know I'm an underdog and I've been the underdog. So I like being the underdog. It's good. It's a chip on my shoulder. But him just going out there every day, working and just leading his team, because he doesn't have the top receivers in the league, but he goes out there and really just make them look like the top receivers in the league. So that's good. So
there's some similarities. Yeah. He had to sit behind Alex Smith before he got his shot. And you had to sit, behind your 5-star recruit before you got your shot. And so there's some similarities. I can see that.
I like that.
Now was there a game this year that you had to put on your Patrick Mahomes cape to lead your team to victory?
The last game of the season, SEMO. It was for it all, for the championship and for a playoff spot. I wouldn't say I put everything on my back, because I had my team and they surrounded me, and they some good players, some great players on that squad that I had. So, but I feel like I put on that cape just a little bit, knowing that it was for it all. They haven't been to the playoffs in probably 19, 20 years. Haven't won a championship in 13 years. So really just knowing that going into the game, it was senior day, a lot of emotional things. I didn't want it to be my last game in my career. Yeah. So I had to go out there and prove everybody wrong, prove to my coaches why they brought me there, prove to my teammates why they believed in me the whole season. So it was really that game.
All right, so I like to do this thing called 2 minute.
Let's do it.
It's 2 minutes for halftime.
Okay.
And it's going to be some rapid fire questions for you. What is your favorite moment in your college career?
Winning the OVC championship.
All right, that's one. Who was the funniest teammate you've ever had?
Draylen Bell. Exciting guy. He come in the locker room. You know you're going to get a laugh from him every day. So Draylen Bell.
Okay. All right. A piece of advice that a coach has given you that stuck with you.
Let me think on it. Just bringing that dog mentality every day, on and off the field, and really just having that dog mentality where you know what you're going to do on a daily basis.
All right. If you wasn't playing football, what career path would you be in?
Sitting in your chair. I feel like I would be on a podcast or really just doing a lot of interviews. I like talking and picking people's minds, so I would be doing a lot of interviews.
All right. The last one, just because you brought up Patrick Mahomes, in your football career from high school all the way through now, did you have any wild plays where you had to throw the ball behind your back or drop down and throw the ball, loop it up, or any funny things like that?
Probably back in high school, probably 12th grade year. I spent around, got hit a couple times. I had to throw it like without even seeing, like kind of like this. I threw a touchdown, so it was probably it was that one.
All right. I got to see if I can find that.
Yeah, I'll show it to you.
Perfect. All right. Now, we're going to jump back in as we start to really wrap this thing up and to just that life balance, that work-life balance. How are you preparing yourself to have that balance, going from college to working your way to go, you want to go play pro and becoming that pro, how are you preparing yourself to be able to handle those pressures, especially now with all the socials, with all the, the interviews and things you guys have to do, plus still train, still study film, and then you start to think about family life. So, how are you starting to prepare yourself for things like that?
I mean, college is different from the real life. It's a lot more maturity and a lot more stuff that you have to do because you're finna start a family. I got 2 kids. One of my sons just turned 2 today, so happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Him.
What's his name?
Weston.
Happy birthday, Weston!
Thank you. But yeah, really just knowing that I have 2 kids that's looking up to me, I feel like that's my biggest motivation. And really just coming out of college, I never want them to want for anything. So really just preparing my mind to go do anything that I have to do to make sure that they don't want for anything, that they have a great upbringing, because I had a great upbringing. So I want them to have the same. So going out there and really just preparing myself to be in the real life and being a professional, because it takes a lot being a professional. Everybody can't do it. If everybody could do it, they would. But it really takes a lot because, like I said, you prepare a lot for this journey, and it might just not. Everybody has a different path, so it might not work for you the first time or the second time. But you just have to keep pushing because it's going to eventually work. You just stay the course, stay patient, like I said. And I think patience is one of my biggest motto words for me. Because I know I'm an underdog, and I feel like I put in a lot of work, but at the same time, you got to stay patient because it might not be the time, or that might not be the path God has for you right now. But really, just looking down on them and for them to look up to me is probably my biggest motivation right now. So,
oh man, that's awesome. You're a 2-year-old, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So now you're, you have a lot to. You have a lot on the line to play for.
Yes, sir.
And this is why I can really see that maturity side of you, that you're sitting here, you've gone through a lot in life, but now you have something that's bigger than you.
Yes, sir.
And so, as you think about making that transition to the pro, what do you want coaches and GMs to see? What do you want them to know about you that, I'm the man for the job? You give me that opportunity, I won't let you down.
Really just a guy that loves the game. Really just give everything. I'm going to give everything to the game. I'm not going to shortcut it, because if you shortcut it, you're never going to get the full success out of it. So really just a guy that's going to come in and work. First one there, last one to leave. I'm going to bring that motivation to the team. Lead by example. That's what I'm going to do. And I feel like I'm going to be a playmaker, because I can make a lot of plays in a lot of different ways. And even if I'm not starting first year, second year, third year, I'm going to be the guy that is sitting behind the starter and giving him a lot of motivation and really just helping him get better through the week. I'm going to push him through the week and really just try to get him prepared and for the week for whoever we're playing against. So I'm going to be that guy.
You've gone through and you talked about some of the mistakes you've made and some of the things you had to, challenges you had to overcome. You know, what piece of advice would you give a young athlete so they don't run into the same mistakes that you ran into?
Stay true to yourself. I feel like don't let yourself be persuaded into other things that you don't want to do. Because it's a lot of, especially when you get into the college area for the young guys, there's a lot of peer pressure. Yeah. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that I ran into when I first got in college. So for the young athletes, peer pressure is really real because you have a lot of guys that's not going to want the same thing as you in life. So they're going to want to bring you into something different that they got going on in their life that you may not want in your life. So really just stand true to yourself and not let make your own decisions. That's what I would say. Don't let anybody affect your decision or don't let anybody peer pressure you into a bad decision that you don't want to go through.
Yeah. So really understanding who you are.
Yeah.
Self-awareness so that you can combat what other people are trying to drag you into. Sir. All right. My last question for you. When you look at your career, look at, where you're headed, what is that one intangible? I give you two. I always say one, but if you got another one in there you want to use, what is that one or two intangibles that you actually hang your hat on day in and day out that makes you who you are? Really,
I would say confidence, and I would say great, positive energy. I feel like I bring positive energy every day. I'm always going to keep a smile on my face. I'm always going to try to motivate the next person. I feel like I'm the person that is not going to just try to make me better. I feel like I'm going to bring the next guy to make him better and really just upbring him. Especially, I feel like you need a lot of positive energy playing football or in life because you never know what somebody's going through or anything like that. So really just having a smile on my face, having that positive energy, having I'm a goofy. So I feel like just being goofy puts a smile on somebody else's face. So that confidence that I bring, because I know I have a lot of confidence in myself. But really that positive energy.
Man, Mr. Ellis, this has been a fantastic interview. Any NFL locker room will be lucky to have you. I'm looking forward to track your journey. Yeah. Wish you nothing but super success and best of luck, man.
Yes, sir. I really appreciate you for having me.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Thank you.